Welcome everybody. This is Kate Lambert Lee with MWR, and welcome to All Things Disney. We have Stephen, who is our business manager for DLA's MWR, or Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Office in Battle Creek. He has been in that position for the last 12 years. Stephen has actually been with DLA for over 20 years, 19 of those with MWR. He's worked in leisure travel for 13 and has been a certified CLIA cruise counselor for 11 years. In 2015, Stephen won DLA's MWR Facility and Program Excellence Award. He holds a BA in Tourism and Travel from Western Michigan University, and he enjoys traveling, especially cruising, and typically watches more than 100 movies each year in theaters. Pre-COVID, obviously. And Stephen has, for me, been very helpful in anything ever I ask. And I typically am somebody who has a lot of questions on travel. And he has always been helpful. And we're very fortunate to have him at DLA in Battle Creek. And it's not every day that we at our workplace somebody would have a full service travel agency. So um, thank you very much, Stephen, and welcome everybody for joining us today.
Thank you, Kate, and thank you everyone for joining us. This will be a overview of most things Disney, and as with everything that's happening in the world right now, there's constantly changes going on, new rules, new guidelines. So we're going to cover some of that stuff. The presentation has been updated in the last couple of weeks, so most of the information is pretty current, and we're just trying to stay up with all of the changing guidelines and everything that's happening. So just know that those things can change, but we will have a good overview of all Disney products here for you. All right, so as we can see here, this is going to be all things Disney, and we will be talking about Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Aulani, and Adventures by Disney. Please know that no endorsement by the government or MWR is implied by having this presentation. All right. Okay, as I said, those are the parks and different areas of Disney's company that we are going to be presenting on today. October 1st of 2021, Disney celebrated their 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and we're going to start with Walt Disney World, which is the largest of Disney's attractions, and that'll be our feature for this first part of the presentation. The theme parks at Disney World include Magic Kingdom. Many people call Walt Disney World the Magic Kingdom part Walt Disney World, not realizing that Walt Disney World is encompassing of many different parks and attractions. So if you know Cinderella's Castle, that is the main feature of Magic Kingdom Walt Disney World. Many of the popular attractions at Magic Kingdom Walt Disney World include Main Street USA, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, Mad Tea Party, the Hall of Presidents, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train Ride, Country Bear Jamboree, Liberty Square Riverboat, and the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. There are many other attractions at Magic Kingdom, but these are some of the more popular featured items. If at any time you guys have questions, do feel free to put it in the chat box. If you are on the presentation virtually, we will open up, I believe, later on in the presentation for anybody that's calling in as well. The next park that we will be talking about is Epcot. Many know it as the large golf ball, spherical looking icon that's at the entrance to the park. Epcot was the second park that was added at Walt Disney World back in the early 70s. And the popular attractions at Epcot include Spaceship Earth, Test Track, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, Soarin' Around the World, which is one of my favorite rides at Walt Disney World, World Showcase, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, which apparently I like featuring twice, Frozen Ever After, Mission Space, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is one of the newest attractions that opened in 2021 at the Epcot Park. Beauty and the Beast Sing Along has moved into the Epcot Park, and Living with the Land is another featured attraction there. I will mention that Epcot is going through a lot of renovations currently. Most of the front of the park, I believe, has been finished. However, there are many attractions that they were trying to get done before the 50th anniversary, but with COVID and everything going on, obviously a lot of that got delayed. So if you go to the Epcot Park, you may see a lot of walls and fencing and different things that they're making improvements and upgrades and putting in new attractions, taking out some old ones. And so I'll be talking about some of those later on, but that is one of the parks that is really under a lot of construction right now. So if you're deciding, which parks to spend a lot of time at on your vacation, just know that Epcot might be one that you will run into some things that will be under construction. Theme parks. The other theme park at Disney World is Disney's Hollywood Studios. In the past, this was called MGM Studios, so a lot of people know it from a different name if you went as a child. But about 10 to 15 years ago, they changed the name to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Some of the main features and attractions here include Fantasmic, which is a night show that is coming back this year. A lot of the shows they did shut down during COVID, but they are going to be opening that up here in 2022. Toy Story Land is a new section of the park that they built about 4 years ago, and it basically immerses you into a lot of the Toy Story movie features. A lot of the rides and stuff are based on the characters from the Toy Story movies. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is another section of the park that is newer. They built it to look like you're in a Star Wars movie. Very immersive experience, and there's new attractions, new rides that are opening up in the future, but there's some that have opened up more recently as well. Those include the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run and Star Wars Rise of the Resistance are two of the main attractions there. Toy Story Mania is also featured in Toy Story Land. Rock and Roller Coaster, one of my favorite roller coasters in all of the Disney parks, starring Aerosmith, that is at the Hollywood Studios park as well. And Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, also one of my other favorite rides in all of the Disney parks. So this is becoming one of the more popular locations just because all of the features that they're adding to this park in the last few years. And so if you are making reservations for the parks, this park as well as Magic Kingdom are the two that you want to make sure that you get your reservations for as quickly as possible, because those do fill up usually the fastest. And we'll be talking about that reservation system coming up. Muppet Vision 3D is another attraction at the Hollywood Studios park. The fourth park at Walt Disney World is Animal Kingdom. It's the newest park that was built back in the late 90s. And it's a kind of like a zoo safari type experience mixed with a typical amusement park with rides and attractions. Many people know it. The main feature is the Tree of Life. And it sits right in the middle of the park, and you can't miss it. As soon as you walk in, you can see it in the distance, and you will have to walk around it to get to many of the different rides and attractions. The Newest large feature is the Pandora world, the world of Avatar. And that is another, again, a very immersive experience where you feel as though you're in the movie Avatar. It definitely is something that you want to check out at night because, first of all, the Tree of Life is awesome at night as well. They have beautiful lights and different things that glow at both of these attractions. It's very like I said, very beautiful at night with the Pandora world, especially has a lot of neon lights and just cool things that you don't see during the day. And so definitely check out that park, after dark. Avatar Flight of Passage is the main ride that is featured in Pandora. Their other ride right now, because it's mostly indoors, I believe, is shut down for COVID. So that would be the only ride in the Pandora world that is currently open. But there are gift shops and other things, other really cool features that you can see in the world of Avatar. Kilimanjaro Safaris is one of my other favorite attractions. It basically is a safari truck that you ride through different areas, different basically areas with the animals, and you'll go through maybe an area with giraffes and mixed with other animals. You'll see rhinos, different types of African deer, all kinds of different animals. But what's really cool about it is they do treat it much like it's their natural habitat, and so they do not try to disturb the animals in any way. So if animals are, crossing the path, they will stop and wait for those animals to pass, and they have been known to wait for a couple of hours. So it is one of those rides that you could be stuck on for a little while, but they do let the animals just roam free and try to keep it as natural to them as possible. There's also the Navi River journey. As I mentioned, the Tree of Life is featured there. Finding Nemo the musical is there. It is currently closed because it is an indoor theater, but they are going to be opening that up this year, and they will be featuring a new musical, which I will talk about later on. The Cali River Rapids ride, the Dinosaur, which is like a roller coaster, an indoor roller coaster, and it's tough to be a bug, which is kind of a great little feature for kids, a little show that you can go and see. Some of the special events that happen at Walt Disney World throughout the year are the Epcot International Festival of Arts. That is currently going on right now. It usually runs in January and February. And there are specific dates, but every year it's going to change. So I'm just giving you a brief overview of the time periods here. Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival happens from March through July. The Epcot International Food and Wine Festival generally happens late summer into the fall timeframe. And the Food and Wine Festival is very popular. They have the World Showcase, which has the different countries that feature different cuisines, and they have special areas where you can go and sample the foods and sample the wines, and it's a gluttonous fun time at Disney during that time frame. So if you enjoy food and wine, definitely it's the time of year that you would want to go and check out the Epcot Park, because it's definitely worth seeing, and they have amazing food options there. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween happens in usually late September and into October. I believe it spills over a little bit into November as well, generally, but it obviously ends during the Halloween time frame. And holidays at Walt Disney World happens after Halloween, so November, December time frame. And they usually have all of the parks, decorated and have special holiday parades. The Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween is a separate ticket. So they do shut down the park, I believe, around like 6 p.m. in the evening, and then open it up for those that have that special ticketed event ticket for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. So just know that is an additional cost. and you would need to purchase that directly from Disney. They do not offer that through our military offices. ESPN Wide World of Sports has a lot of signature events. They have a lot of tournaments and different things that are going on there. It is currently closed due to COVID, but it will eventually be open again. I'm pretty certain. So let's see here. So recent additions, these are new things that happened while a lot of the people haven't visited during COVID. So these are the new features in the last 2020, 2021 timeframe. Space 220 restaurant has opened at Epcot. Harmonious, which is the outdoor, the picture on the upper right there. It's a nighttime display for the fireworks, and as you can see, they're shooting water and different visual graphics as well. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, as I mentioned earlier, has opened at Epcot, which is a very popular attraction. If you're trying to get into that park for that, I would try to do that as early in the day because the lines are going to be very long for that ride. Drawn to Life is a new Cirque du Soleil show, which is featured in Disney Springs. Disney Kite Tales, I believe that is at the Animal Kingdom Park, but I didn't make a note of where that was. Sorry about that. The Walt Disney World Swan Reserve Hotel opened, and that is in the Disney Springs area. So if you're familiar with the Dolphin and the Swan, this is like another featured hotel that opened up in that area. Definitely very modern, very cool vibe there. Disney Enchantment nighttime show for the 50th anniversary has been featured since October 1st at Magic Kingdom. So they have a special nighttime show there that you can see is featured in the picture. Hall of Presidents, they added Joe Biden to the Magic Kingdom Hall of Presidents display. And Remy's Ratatouille Adventures have that. That is obviously very popular. I have that mentioned twice here, but that's at Epcot. And then Genie and Genie Plus services, as well as Lightning Lanes, are now being featured at Disney. And I'm going to go over that a little more later on, so I'll discuss that then. New and returning in 2022 is the Festival of Fantasy Parade at Magic Kingdom. That'll be returning in early 2022. Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade at Magic Kingdom is starting early 2022. That's going to be a new feature. And Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot, it's a roller coaster, is expected to open in summer of 2022. Also new is Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond at Animal Kingdom. As I mentioned earlier, the Finding Nemo musical, that is the new name of the new show that they will be featuring in the Animal Kingdom Park. Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair to Magic Kingdom is returning in early 2022. And Fantasmic, as I mentioned earlier, will be returning to Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2022. They don't have specific dates for some of these, but they just give us a brief time frame of when that's going to be coming. There's going to be a new Magic Band Plus that will be coming in 2022, some new advanced features for the Magic Band. The Amazon Alexa technology is going to be coming to Disney Rooms in 2022. So they have some really cool features there that if you're staying at one of the resort properties, they will have Amazon Alexa that'll be very geared towards Disney and will give you a lot of information and weird tidbits of information if you ask for that from Alexa. Tron Light Cycle Run roller coaster will be the new fun featured ride at the Magic Kingdom Park. That is to be decided whether that's going to be opening this year or not. That's been delayed a bit, so we'll see when that's going to be opening. The new Epcot entrance has been mostly updated. There's an artist rendition there in this picture, and you'll see that's kind of just ongoing. They're constantly updating stuff there, but a good portion of it has been updated recently. So like I said, after you get past that entrance, you're going to see more walls and stuff of things that they're going to be doing construction on. All right, connections. These are announced projects that are going to be coming out, but they don't have any dates that are known. So Connections Cafe and Eatery at Epcot. And that's one of the places that does have walls up currently because it did go into another feature that was at the park already. So they're just updating that section. Walt Disney statue in Dreamers Point at Magic Kingdom. It's a statue of Walt Disney, and they're just going to have a really cool feature there for you to take pictures with, and it talks about how things came about at Disney World. The new play pavilion at Epcot, it's an interactive experience that will be coming soon. That's under one of the areas that's under construction right now as well. Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. That one will be featured at Epcot as well. Again, that's one of the areas that's under construction. Many of these could come out later this year or early next year is when I believe most of these are projected, but they don't have a time frame on them. Princess and the Frog reimagining of Splash Mountain at Magic Kingdom. So if you're planning on riding Splash Mountain, it's currently under construction, and they're going to be featuring the Princess and the Frog theming for that ride. Wondrous China, it's a new show that's going to be at Epcot. That is being worked on right now as well. And then Roundup Rodeo Barbecue in Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios. That's projected to be opening up later this year as well, but that one hasn't been given a date. As you can see, a lot of this is at Epcot. So as I told you, a lot of these features are being put in there, and they're just delayed a lot due to COVID. And so we'll see when those come out here soon. And the next big opening that is already available for booking, but will be hard to get into is the Star Wars Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. It's a 2-night all-immersive adventure. It's opening on March 1st. It's basically a hotel Star Wars experience that's opening here on March 1st of 2022. As I said, most of the reservations I believe are already full. So you'll get put on a waiting list, but that's what's going on here in March, and will probably be quite popular for a few years before you can probably get into this location. All right, so as I mentioned, Genie Lane here is a new feature, and Genie Plus and Lightning Lane. So I combined the two. And Genie itself is a feature that is new and it's free. However, Genie Plus and Lightning Lane cost additional. So I know it'll probably get a little confusing, but so Genie is basically a feature that allows you to schedule, kind of plan your day throughout the park. So it'll let you, actually I'm going to go to the next slide because it's actually got a little more information. Here we go. So Genie service, and this is for Disneyland park, but it's basically the same concept and same thing is available at Disney World as well. This one just mentions that it's at Disneyland. But the same ideas and things can happen through the Genie service at Disney World as well. So you get a personalized day optimizer. So what it allows you to do is tells you when certain rides have a longer wait line, or if you want to plan your day and map out where you want to be in the park at certain times. It'll completely set, if you just tell it like I want to ride these 3 rides for sure no matter what today. And then maybe you want to eat at certain restaurants, you can tell it what you want to do, and then it'll plan out your day for you so that you do it in the fastest, most economical way. That way you're not waiting in lines a long time, and it just gives you, it kind of just plans your day for you. So that is the Genie service. It is free. It comes through the app. And that's something that you can do right now, if you want. So I have a question here. Is that like Fast Pass? So So yes, the Genie service is not like FastPass because it basically allows you to plan your day and it will tell you when you should go ride those rides or which is the best way to go through the park that day to give you the, like I said, the most optimized experience. But Genie Plus is the cost um, that's at you have to purchase Genie Plus to get the Lightning Lane access. And at Disneyland, um, there's 15 experiences that have Lightning Lane, and then at Disney World, there's over 40 that include Lightning Lane. So FastPass is no longer available. During COVID, they got rid of the FastPass system, and now they feature the Genie Plus, which includes Lightning Lane, and that is obviously a paid service now. So basically, you have to pay to get their version of Fast Passes from before. So I'm gonna then they also have individual attractions with Lightning Lane that you can purchase as well that are just one ride that you would purchase to skip the line on. And so that is a little even separate from that because not all attractions are included with the Genie Plus. So some of the premium rides that have typical long wait lines may have a separate individual attraction line that you can purchase. So this next few slides here is going to give you a difference between what Disneyland Resort and what Disney World offers as part of their Genie Plus services. So as I said, Genie Plus is complimentary. It gives you the personalized day optimizer, personalized tip board, featured future wait times, virtual assistant, mobile order, table service restaurant, wait lists, check-ins, and reservations. All of that is included in both versions of Genie Plus. Audio Tales is also included with Genie Plus. And augmented reality, the PhotoPass thing, that is only at Walt Disney World. And then PhotoPass downloads from the day of visit is only at Disneyland. So that's the only difference so far in the Genie Plus services. And on the second page here, we have when guests can purchase single day Disney Genie Plus service. So at Disneyland, on the day of their visit, after they have entered their first theme park for the day, is when you can purchase Genie Plus. At Walt Disney World, you can do it on the day of your visit, starting at midnight, no matter where you're located. So if you're staying off-site, on-site, you can do it at midnight. When can guests make their first Lightning Lane selection? Again, at Disneyland, it's on the first day of visit after they have entered the park that day. And then at Disney World, it's on the day of their visit, starting at 7 a.m. And how do guests redeem their selected Lightning Lane entry? So at Disneyland, you scan the barcode displayed in the Disneyland app at the Lightning Lane entrance. And the Magic Band, Disney Magic Mobile Pass, or RFID card to the touch point at the Lightning Lane entrance. So there's differences in how you, use your Lightning Lane. So if you have a Magic Band, which is no longer free at the parks, you have to purchase the Magic Band. If you're a resort guest or if you're just a day pass holder, you can purchase a Magic Band and you can use that, or you can use the mobile pass on your phone or RFID card, which is your ticket basically at the touch point. How many attractions are available? Like I said, 15 at Disneyland. There's over 40 attractions at Walt Disney World. And the cost at Disneyland is $20 per day, per ticket per day. So if you're going for 2 days and have a 2-day ticket, you can upgrade your ticket through us. And it's going to save you a little bit. It's not going to be the $20 per day if you already include the Genie Plus with your ticket. But if you purchase it separately, it's $20 per day. At Walt Disney World, it's $15 per day per ticket, or again, there's a little bit of a discount if you pre-purchase it on your ticket, if you have a multi-day ticket. Let's see here. Sorry, I have to move my chat because it's covering up some of the stuff. All right, individual attraction selection. So when can guests make their first purchase? So these are those certain rides that they only allow you to purchase individually. And at Disneyland, it's on the day of their visit after they have entered the park on the first day. And then for guests staying at Disney resorts, Shades of Green, Walt Disney World Resort, or a resort on Walt Disney World Resort, or Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin hotels, those you can start purchasing the individual attraction passes at 7 a.m. All other guests will only be able to do it once they get into the park that day. So, so if the park opens at 10 a.m., they're not going to be able to start making their reservations until 10 a.m. if they have a day pass. But if you're a resort guest, you do get a bit of an advance time to purchase that. I have a question here. So do you need the Genie Plus app to order food? Sorry. Through the app while at the park, or can you do that through the My Disney Experience app? I believe you can purchase it or make purchases or make reservations for dining through either app. Genie Plus is kind of just becoming a way for everybody to kind of plan out their day. So I think they've just offered that feature in both of those apps. Does Disney limit the amount of Lightning Lane passes per day? So the Lightning Lane is limited to one at a time. So you can schedule, I obviously would want to schedule your first one as early as possible. After you use that Lightning Lane pass, you can then schedule another one. So as long as they're available. So it kind of works the same way as Fast Passes did in the past. I know Fast Passes used to let you do 3 in advance per day. This option is only letting you do 1 at a time. So you can only do it for 1 and then schedule it again. Questions. Sorry, I meant for the park. Like, do they limit how many people can request the same attraction? Yeah, so obviously they're not gonna just put, 50 fast or lightning lanes at the same time. They're going to have only so many scheduled each hour because they're going to have a general line that they're still going to let people go, onto those rides. And then, they're going to have maybe 15 people or 15 groups, whatever, a certain allotment of people that can go in lightning lane each hour. So they're not going to only, it'll be scheduled. You will actually have like a time frame that will say show up between this time frame. And then you can go between that time frame to skip the line. And then you will schedule, after you get through that one, you can schedule another one. So schedule one for 9 a.m. If the park opens at 9, it'll usually give you, I think it's like an hour period. So between 9 and 10, you can go ride, let's say It's a Small World. You can go ride It's a Small World from 9 to 10. And then once you've done that, you can schedule something during the 11 to 12 period or whatever. So, it does let you schedule more than one per day as long as as long as they're available. But if, I can't guarantee how many times they're going to let you do it because there's other people that are purchasing lightning lanes as well. So, do they still allow guests staying at Disney resorts in an hour early and stay an hour late each day? We're going to be getting to that, but yes, they don't have the magic hours anymore. They got rid of those. They got rid of a lot of features during COVID, everyone. So there's no longer a light magic hours, but there are times where they will let resort guests go in like 30 minutes before. And there's special schedules for that. I definitely recommend going to the app, the My Disney Experience app or online it'll tell you what the schedule is for that day to let you know if there are specific special hours for resort guests that can go in a little bit early. But they don't have the magic hours like before and after like they did before. I mean, there was times that they would let you stay in Magic Kingdom. They closed maybe for Magic Kingdom at 10, and then you would be there until 12 midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning even. When they did that one time when I was there. And so they don't have that service anymore, unfortunately. But they do have some extra time. It's just you'll have to check the app to see what the schedule is for that day and see what park may have extra hours. All right. I know that this Lightning Lane thing is very complicated, or the Genie Plus thing is very complicated. I will try to help you through it if you have questions. Definitely, I definitely recommend going in and seeing tutorials like on their website. They kind of explain everything, or a lot of people have put out tutorials on YouTube about Lightning Lane access and Genie Plus and how it works. Honestly, it's still like is a bit confusing because I haven't personally experienced it yet. It's brand new. It just came out in the fall, so. But yeah, I will try to help you and answer any questions that you have about Lightning Lane. All right, so we're gonna move on here. So know before you go, Disney does have some COVID safety that I'm gonna talk about here because it is still around. 2 years later we're still dealing with this, and so Disney does have some, and with the different variants and different levels of spread of the disease going on, they put in new restrictions and new guidelines. So I'm going to try to this is what the current guidelines are on their website. I just updated it this past week, so this all should be pretty current, but I do definitely recommend going to their website and looking at what their COVID restrictions or safety protocols may be for your visit. And just know they put this warning out that there obviously is an inherent risk and exposure of COVID-19 in any public place. So you are assuming that risk by visiting their parks. And we hope that everyone can try to keep everyone healthy and follow the guidelines. These are the things that we're going to be featuring here: the park reservations, which is a whole nother new process that I want to feature, face coverings, cleanliness and sanitation, and innovative technology that they have to help you navigate through all of these protocols. All right, so Disney World and Disneyland are both requiring park reservations for their parks. So it's no longer just buy a ticket and show up at Disney. Based on talking to our Disney reps, they have mentioned that this will be around for a few years, could be forever. We don't know yet, but they will be keeping this as a feature that will be required to enter the parks for a couple years. So basically, if you purchase your ticket, you can link your ticket to your Start Your Disney Experience account, and then you will have to make reservations for each park. So you will need to know in advance what parks you want to go to on which days, and what your tickets allow you to do. So most tickets, if it's a multi-day ticket, gives you a 14-day window to be able to use your ticket. If you're using the military promotional tickets, you can use any 4 days or 5 days during the promotional period. So just make sure that you are aware that you will have to plan out your days more than you did in the past. There is an availability calendar so that you can check and see. I have the link there at the bottom. If you contact our office, I have this as a favorite, so I can easily just copy and paste it into to you, and you can check and see what availability there is at the parks if you're planning on going in the near future and aren't sure if there's availability. And as you can see here, there's different calendars for different different types of guests. So if you're just a theme park ticket holder, If you are staying at select resort hotels, or if you have annual passes, there's different calendars that offer different availability. So there may be like certain days that they allow annual pass holders to have more access to the parks than they do just pass holders, or or even there's even times where they have less access. So depending on what type of ticket you have, there's different types of calendars you can see there. Here's an example. Was just done yesterday. It's a screenshot of what the calendar looks like for the rest of the month of January. Currently, all parks are green. That means that there are no parks that are full as of yesterday. So that means that attendance is low, and more than likely, because usually a day or two before, it starts. Some of the parks start becoming full, and you'll see them change to like yellow or possibly even gray if all parks are full. But obviously, right now it's a slower period of time, and there's not as many guests in the park. So therefore, right now it's pretty green light to go to any park you want to if you wanted to go to Disney tomorrow. So obviously it's a live thing, so you want to definitely check on here and see. And you'll see, this is where I mentioned Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios are generally the first two parks to fill up, unless one of the other parks has like some special event that's going on. So so you will have to make your reservation, but this is the best way to see how things are going. As I looked yesterday, everything into the future, even through spring break timeframe, currently is green. So if you're looking at going to spring break, I definitely try to get your tickets as soon as possible, because those dates will be filling up here soon. What is the cancellation policy with military purchase tickets? All tickets in general are non-refundable. So if you purchased military tickets and you're unable to go, or if you've purchased any other tickets and you're unable to go, the value of those tickets never expire. You can call Disney. You can make reservations with those tickets, because the back of the tickets, they have codes on them that you can link to your account and still make reservations. But you can exchange those tickets or call Disney to upgrade your tickets to a new ticket. So if you have old tickets, let's say you didn't make it in 2021 promotion for your military tickets, and now you want to go in September of this year, the value of that ticket does not expire. You just have to pay for the difference when you upgrade your ticket to whatever the new ticket is that you're going to be using. And you will have to call Disney to get that upgrade. But all tickets are non-refundable. Good question. Thank you. Disneyland's again has a different calendar for 1 day, 1 park per day ticket guests, and then park hopper guests. So make sure you check out each of those calendars depending on what ticket type you have. And they have the 2 parks there, so you can see here both parks are available for the rest of this month. If it was just Disneyland available, you would see the pink castle, and then the other one would be the Mickey head for California's Adventure. If either one of them was available or not available, it wouldn't be showing underneath the number there of the date. All right, so COVID safety masks are required in all Disney World and Disneyland parks currently. And this guidelines are right through that website. So if you want to go and read what all of the guidelines are, they are required for indoor locations. So if you have to go inside to wait in queue for one of the rides, you will have to wear your mask during that period. During that period. If you're on Disney's buses, monorail, the Skyliner, regardless of vaccination status, you do have to wear a mask. If you're outdoors, if you're in a crowded area, a mask is recommended. And then there's also rules of what types of masks are acceptable as well. I do have a tip. Just remember, it can be hot, it can be wet in Florida. A rainstorm could easily just pop up. So if your masks get wet, you don't want to, it's not as comfortable and fun to wear. So please bring multiple masks with you for each of your family members, because you may need to switch those out during the day. So make sure you do have more than one mask with you as well. Just some more information about where and when face coverings are required or optional and or recommended if if you're in an outdoor area that has a lot of people that are crowded around, you may want to put your mask on. Cleanliness and sanitation at the parks. They have a lot of hand sanitizer dispensers. They are quick to respond to spills and trash. If you've ever been to a Disney park, they're usually sparkling clean. They have people constantly coming through and sweeping up stuff and cleaning stuff. So if they wipe down their facilities and queue lines and all that stuff to try to keep things as clean as possible for guests. They have a lot of innovative technology that will help you, without having to touch things. So they have like mobile ordering for restaurants, or they have mobile check-in for reservations, so you don't have to necessarily go and speak to a person or be, around other people. Um, they have scannable codes for menus at restaurants. They have online check-in for your resort. And for theme park entry, they have like the magic bands, so you don't have to worry about handing somebody a ticket, scanning through a machine. You can just swipe your band and you don't have to touch anything with that. So they have a lot of different technological things that they've created to help you with, with being exposed by touching, different surfaces. A lot of cashless transactions as well. If you are a resort guest, you can use your magic band and put your debit card, credit card onto your account, and then use that to make transactions. But they have a lot of different options, cashless transaction options as well. A general overview of Walt Disney World resorts. So there's, as you can see, multiple different categories of resorts here that are on property. We can help you book any of these properties. So just give us a call or send us an email. And some of them are not part of the military promotions, but we will definitely, try to get you that information and get you quotes for the best deals possible that we can for you. There's 4 different ticket types at Disney. There's a base ticket, which is basically 1 park per day. You'll see the Magic Your Way is what they call their tickets, just because you can pick and choose how you want your ticket. Base ticket is, like I said, 1 park per day. With a hopper option means you can go to more than 1 park per day. Right now, it is restricted to after 2 p.m. Due to COVID and with all of the scheduling of the parks. You do not have to schedule a reservation to go to the second park. You can simply just check the app, make sure there's availability, and then hop over to the other park after 2 p.m. I haven't had any customer that has said they haven't been able to hop ever since they reinstituted hopping. So I don't believe it's something that's very difficult to do. Nobody has been returned away once they try going to another park. If they have, I have not heard that. Nobody has told me that they've had that experience. So that they, I believe, reopened that up late last summer. So we should be good to go with hopping if you do have the hopper tickets. And then the Hopper Plus option allows you to go to more than 1 park per day, but then also gives you access to these other features: ESPN Wide World of Sports. There's 2 water parks, Oak Trails Golf Course, and 2 miniature golf courses. And they you get 1 additional admission to those per day. So if you buy a 4-day ticket, for instance, and it has the Hopper Plus option, you get 4 additional days to choose one of those options per day. So basically doubles your ticket. So if you're there for like a 7-day period and you only want to go to the parks for 4 days, but then you want to maybe have a few other small things that you want to do throughout the rest of your stay, this is the perfect option. And it's only about $30 additional to add that option onto your ticket. So it's definitely worth it. If you're going during the summertime and want to go to a water park, definitely worth it to add on that Hopper Plus option to your ticket. And then the fourth option are salute tickets, which are only eligible to specific service members, active, retired, 100% disabled, and their spouses as well, as long as the military member is not the person going. So they can't purchase 6 additional. It's just 6 for the military member. Are there special military prices for one-day passes? Yes, we do have a discount for our one-day passes as well. And our price list is on our website, which will be featured at the end of the presentation. But if you want to just send us an email or send me an email, give us a call, we can give you a link to our ticket price list. But it'll tell you what on our price list does for most of our tickets, show what our price is and then what the gate price is for comparison. As I mentioned, magic bands and are one of the cool features that is available. They are now available for purchase. They are no longer part of your resort stay. So you do have to purchase them, but they can be personalized and sent to you in advance of your vacation. I believe it's still being used as a room key. I know that there's some features that may be changing on that. So just be aware that you might not be able to use it for a room key anymore, but I believe that they're still doing it for the room key. It holds your tickets, your dining plan. Well, dining plans are currently not available, but if they do have dining plans that come back out again, they would be stored onto your magic bands, but your reservations and stuff and everything will be featured. It's basically whatever you have on your account is put onto the band. So whenever you go to whatever attraction, restaurant, or whatever, you can scan it and it'll, pull up that information for you. Other offerings that are available at Walt Disney World Resort. So Disney Springs is their shopping and restaurants, and that's where they have the Cirque du Soleil show. Lots of different smaller attractions and features there. Lots of, like I said, shopping with specialty stores that are available there. And it's free to go to Disney Springs. You don't have to have a ticket to get into Disney Springs. So it's kind of a cool place to just jump on. Yes, magic bands are reusable for multiple trips. So you can use them more than once. You don't have to purchase new ones each time. Typhoon Lagoon is the water park that was open, but they currently, they just opened Typhoon Lagoon. Blizzard Beach was open starting last March, and it was open all this year. So they're going to be refurbishing that this winter. It is now closed for refurbishment, but Typhoon Lagoon just opened, I believe, right before the holidays. That is now the water park that is currently open. Usually every winter, they usually shut one down to refurbish it for the following year. And then the next year, the other one will be refurbished. So that's a typical normal schedule for Disney. Here is going to be a sample itinerary that we have set up for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children, ages 12 and 7. They're going to be arriving May 7th of 2022 through May 14th of 2022. So it's a 7-night stay. They want the 5-day park hopper ticket. Disney plan is currently not available due to COVID, so they cannot purchase that portion. Memory Maker is their photo pass system that will take photos and videos of you while you are in the parks. And they do want that feature. And Disney's Magical Express round trip transportation is no longer available. However, if you want to purchase a transportation to and from the airport, we can help you with that service. And then, as I mentioned, extra magic hours are no longer available. They do have 30 minutes of early access in the morning for Disney Resort guests, or the late evening access given to deluxe resort guests on select nights. So again, depending on where you're staying and what your status is, you may have those early timeframes available. Definitely check the app for the schedule. Those were, I just featured, this is the first year that a lot of those have gotten rid of. So I'm still showing them on this as something that you guys, that what is or was available, but what the status of that is, because a lot of this has changed. I saw the presentation was being recorded. Can I get information? So the recording will be featured on our YouTube page, and Kate will be putting that right on our website as well. So you can go to, but Kate, can you make note of this, this person that would like to have the presentation sent to them?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, and so here is a how much a 7-night vacation will cost, depending on what your status is. So if you are just the general public at an All-Star Movies Resort, that's a value property. Port Orleans Riverside is a moderate property, and Animal Kingdom Lodge would be a deluxe property. So as you can see, there is significant savings depending on what status you are. A military member includes anyone who is active, retired, or 100% disabled. And they will qualify for the military promotional tickets. So if you want to take a picture of this or screenshot it so that you can, kind of get an overview of what the packages would cost, depending on what status you are. Again, this is just a sample package for that May to 7th to 14th time frame. Different resorts could be available at different times, but there are certain ones that are not available. When you see Animal Kingdom Lodge is at Jambo House. That is not Jambo House. Jambo House is one of the villas, I believe. So I think I'm remembering that correctly. The Animal Kingdom Lodge would be the main resort. Then they have the two villas. I could go back. Let me see if I can go back and it has it listed. I forget if they call the Jambo House the main. I'm sorry, yes. Jambo House. Oh wait, that's a villa, yeah. So Animal Kingdom Lodge Villa, Jambo House, and Kidani Village. Animal Kingdom Lodge is the main resort. So Jambo House, yeah, that's what I thought. And Kidani Village are the two sets of villas that are up behind the resort. If you've ever been there before, they usually pick up guests and drop off the guests at the main lodge first, and then they go up and drop off or pick up at the two villa areas. All right. So here are the current military promotional ticket options for the military promo that's from January 1st through December 16th. You can use your 4-day ticket any 4 days during that promotional period. If you have the Hopper Plus, you can use your 4 days and then 4 additional days, any of those days during that period. Same way. Oh, I don't know why it's showing a 6-day. So please, actually, this slide did not get updated somehow. So this information is incorrect. This is last year's promotion. The Disneyland is correct, but for some reason, I must not have updated the Disney World prices. So please ignore the Walt Disney World prices on here. This is last year's promotion. The 4-day hopper this year is $328, and the 4-day hopper plus is $358, and the 5-day hopper is $348, and the 5-day hopper plus is $378. They do have the Genie Plus option added on as well. So if you want the 4-day hopper with Genie Plus, it's $385. The 4-day hopper plus with Genie Plus, I believe, is $415. The 5-day hopper plus is $419, and then the 4-day hopper, 5-day hopper plus with Genie Plus is $449. So it's on our price list. I apologize. I didn't somehow this portion of the slide did not get updated. So, but the Disneyland is correct. currently. And they are not offering the Hopper Plus with Hopper with Genie Plus at Disneyland for the military ticket because unfortunately they had already started that ticket before they added the Genie Plus option at Disneyland. You can still purchase it separately, but they don't have a ticket that comes with that option automatically included. This is just a blurb about the military promotional ticket or ticket and resort stay guidelines, and they do have some resorts and stuff that are not included with the promotion. Disneyland does have 2 parks and 3 hotels. So Disneyland in California does have some options if you want to stay on site properties, but they also have a downtown Disney district. Disney Springs used to be called Downtown Disney at Disney World. That's still called Downtown Disney at Disneyland in California. We can help you with resort stays or hotel stays at Disneyland as well. So just give us a call or email us if you do want that. Disney Cruise Line has 4 ships currently, and there are 3 new ships coming. One of them is going to be sailing this summer. I believe that the inaugural sailing is on June 9th of 2022, and that's the Disney Wish. It is a 4,000 passenger ship as well, so it's going to be similar to Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy, but it has a lot of new upgraded and new features on that ship. So if you do need quotes for Disney cruises, definitely reach out to me and I can help you with those bookings as well. Unique to Disney Cruise Lines, they do have fireworks at sea. There's no casinos on Disney ships. Most other cruise lines have casinos, but there are not casinos on Disney cruise ships. They do offer rotational dining, so you can experience different restaurants, and that is included. They have unlimited soda as part of their cruise packages. They do a royal welcome where they announce each guest as you get on the cruise ship. And they do offer Disney movie premieres on the ships as well. So if there's a movie that's opening on land, it's going to also be opening on the ships so that you can see those. Adventures by Disney is their travel and tour company that is state-of-the-art service when it comes to all types of tours and guided tours through those unique experiences. And I actually had gone to a training at Disneyland, and our tour guide also does Adventures by Disney tour guides. And so I've been able to follow them and see a lot of the stuff that they do. And they have amazing service when it comes to those tours, whether it's through Ireland or Italy, Australia. Obviously with COVID right now, there's restrictions on, where they're going and what they're doing, but we can definitely help you book any of the Adventure by Disney vacation packages for your family. They're very family friendly as well. And a lot of them are a lot more smaller groups and definitely immersive experiences. And they really have good connections to the locations that they're going. So the tour guides are just amazing and will help you take you to those cool, fun places and unique places. So definitely something that if you want to do a tour overseas and you don't necessarily want to go with a large group, to through one of the other tour companies, definitely check out Adventures by Disney. In Hawaii, they have on the island of Oahu, they have Aulani Resort, and they do have a special military discount up to 30% off Sunday through Thursday nights on select rooms for most nights between January 4th and April 7th of 2022. This is the current promotion. So just let us know if you're interested in going to Hawaii and want to experience Disney in Hawaii. This is an amazing resort. Lots of cool features that would be great for families that are going to Hawaii and couples or any single travelers as well. All right, I know we've had a lot of questions throughout the presentation, but we are at the end of the presentation. I definitely can give you guys more information on Disneyland and Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line, and Alani if you want it. It's not something that I do a lot of information on because it's just not as popular as our Walt Disney World and some of the Disneyland stuff. So definitely, if you have any questions or want more information about those locations, I can provide that to you. You can reach out to me. My email address is, here's the next, I'll go to the next slide. Stephen.gales@dla.mil. Also, Angel can help with Disney World and Disneyland packages, as well as tickets. So if you have any questions for Angel, she can help you as well. And she's in the office mostly 5 days a week currently. I do telework a couple, 3 days a week. And I am in the office usually on Mondays and Tuesdays, but it varies certain weeks. So if you have any questions, just give our office a call, 269-961-5084. There is a link there to our website. And if you click on the tickets and more tab, once you get to our website, you will be able to see our ticket price list. You can also go to the quick links and see our ticket price list there as well. Do we have any questions? I know we ran over time here a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure we covered all of the stuff. If you do want copies of the slides, just send an email to our to me or to our Battle Creek email address. Kate, can you put that email address in the comments for everyone? And any other questions? How much does transportation from the airport to resort cost? It varies depending on which supplier you go with, but to give you a rough estimate, depending, and also there's usually different prices for children and adults, but for adults, I would say it's going to run around $30 to $35 for round trip transportation. And the way you can book it is go to the website for the airport that you're flying into. So if you're flying into Sanford, because I know like Allegiant and some other smaller airlines will fly into Sanford, it is further away from Disney, so it's going to cost more to get your transfers, but you can also rent a car. Go to the airport's website and you will be able to get quotes or be able to book the transportation, the transfers through one of the companies that the airport will list. Same way with Orlando International. If you go to their website, they have usually a transportation tab, and you can click, and the international airport does have a lot of options. You can also Uber from the airport to the resort. But my experience with in the past when I've done trainings and I've had to take transportation to and from, and I've booked it, it's usually runs around $30 to $35 for a round trip to any resort in like the Orlando or Disney area. And you'll just be able to put in where you're going, which property you're going to. Also check with hotels. If you're staying at an airport hotel and not staying at one of the Disney properties, you can also, a lot of times they have shuttle service already included. So check with your hotel as well if you're not staying at a Disney property, and they may automatically provide that service. You can stay offsite at other hotels and we can book those properties for you. They do have what they call good partner hotels, and a lot of them offer free shuttle service to the parks on a daily basis. It is usually scheduled, so they have times where they will go to the parks and then come back. And so you just to make sure that you follow their schedule. And we can help you book the offsite properties, hotels, if you don't want to stay at a Disney property. So that's an option as well. And we can help you book the transfers. I will definitely help you through that process as well. Good question. Any other questions out there? I thank you everyone for staying on. I know we're a little over. Kate did put our email address for our MWR email is mwrbattlecreek@doa.mil. So if you do have any requests for the slides or anything like that, you can send it directly to that email address. All right, I don't see any more questions, so we're going to end the presentation here. Thank you everyone for coming on and participating and listening to the presentation. And we look forward to helping you with your Disney travel needs in the future.